in the interest of Alice Mendez and Evelyn Narezo. We are here today scheduled for our adversary hearing. We are conducting this through Zoom under a finding of good cause and agreement of the parties. We're live streaming, and Ms. Galvan is making our record. Okay, we'll take announcements.
Daniel Trout for the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. We're present, ready, Your Honor.
Brooks Barfield representing Mom, Miss Sosa. I'm present and ready. Is she on here?
Yes, she is.
Okay, very good.
Stacy Zavala on behalf of the girls.
All right, thank y'all.
Okay.
All right, then. Mr. Trout, sounds like Mom is in agreement to TMC to the department. Is that correct, Mr. Barfield?
That is correct, Your Honor. I had a really good conversation with my client regarding this case, and she is wanting to work services and mitigate circumstances causing removal.
All right. I appreciate it. Thank you. Ms. Narezo, is your legal name Narezo or Sosa?
It's Sosa, but when I did it with my email, it did the last name that was in my email.
Okay, that's fine. Just so I make sure we've got our paperwork correctly. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And I want to just address you correctly. So, all right. Okay, then, Mr. Trout, if we need to put on a little bit of testimony about Mr. Martinez and Mr. Valdez.
Yes, Your Honor. I'd call Zoe Atkinson.
Okay. Ms. Atkinson, you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you'll give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Today, we are diving into a tense family court Zoom session where the Department of Family and Protective Services faces a delicate case involving Alice Mendez and Evelyn Narezo. Lawyers announce appearances, the judge sets the tone, and we see Mom agreeing to cooperate with services. The courtroom hums with anticipation as procedural steps take center stage, emphasizing transparency and fairness. From introductions to agreements, the narrative is set. Safety, oversight, and accountability are the pillars. Even in this digital courtroom, the stakes are deeply human.
All right, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Atkinson, would you state your name for the record, please?
Zoe Atkinson.
And Ms. Atkinson, how are you employed?
I'm employed by the Department of Family and Protective Services.
And you're familiar with the case we're here on today involving the Mendez and the Narezo children?
Yes.
And how are you familiar with that case?
I am the investigator assigned to the case.
Okay. You heard them announce that there's an agreement with Mom on this case, so we need to discuss the fathers in this case. In this case, who did Mom name as the father of the children?
Alice's father is Jose Valdez, if I'm saying that correct, and Evelyn's father's Daniel Martinez.
Okay. Tell us about the fathers and where we are with them, finding them.
I have not had any contact with them. Mr. Valdez is deceased.
Okay.
Mr. Martinez was unable to locate after 2 rounds of finder's requests.
Okay. Did Mom know where he possibly was?
She did not.
Okay. Is he supposedly in the Amarillo area or a different area?
It's unknown at this time.
Okay. All your searches and efforts at this time have been unfruitful?
Correct.
Okay.
The courtroom turns to absent fathers. Jose Valdez is deceased, and Daniel Martinez remains missing despite repeated searches. Investigator Zoe Atkinson methodically details her attempts, painting a portrait of absence and uncertainty. Mum has no contact, leaving children without one pillar of parental guidance. The court weighs the unknown against child safety. Every line is a reminder. Family structures can fracture, yet protective systems step in. This part underscores the emotional void and legal responsibility intersecting, where every fact has weight in the future of Alice and Evelyn.
Are you asking the department today, based upon Mom's agreement and one father deceased and one father unknown, for the court to award temporary managing conservatorship to the department?
Yes.
And you believe that's in the best interest of the children at this time?
I do.
Okay. Due to mom stating a methamphetamine usage and history, do you believe it's in the best interest of the children at this time for no in-person visits till we get a clean UA screen?
I do.
And would you ask the court for that in the order?
Yes,
And you believe that's in the best interest of the children?
I do.
Thank you, Ms. Atkinson. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Barfield?
I have no questions, Your Honor.
All right, and, Ms. Zavala?
And Miss Atkinson, this may not be in your realm of knowledge, but mom and both children have already had an in-person visit. Is that right?
I believe that's correct.
Okay. Okay. So the request is going forward. Do you have any position on whether at least virtually or some sort of sibling visit so that Alice can see baby sister, even if mom's not involved? Would that be appropriate for these kids?
Yes.
I pass the witness.
So they're in different placements?
They are, but close together.
Okay,
I mean, they're in region and close enough for in-person.
placements could hopefully get them together.
I believe so.
Okay,
I just know that sometimes when a parent isn't available for a visit, sometimes the visits between the siblings kind of fall through the cracks. And I just want to make sure that, especially for Alice, that she's able to know that baby sister's doing good.
Attention shifts to Mom, Cheyenne Sosa, and her ongoing struggles with methamphetamine use. Atkinson and counsel highlight her transparency about recent use and willingness to undergo testing. The judge emphasizes safety over punishment, setting strict requirements for UA and hair follicle testing before in-person visits. Here we see the delicate balance: accountability versus rehabilitation. Every word reflects stakes for both parent and children. The courtroom becomes a pivot point, a place where honesty, responsibility, and structured intervention are more than procedure. They are lifelines.
so are the children then here locally?
Yes, Claude and here in Amarillo.
Okay,
And it may be that we don't always need in person, but I just want to make sure that Alice knows that Evelyn's good.
yeah. Did we do drug testing on the children? Is that,
Ms. Atkinson?
It was approved. Evelyn's hair follicle came back without, they didn't take the right amount of hair for it to have a result, and we're still waiting on Alice's hair follicle.
okay,
And Ms. Atkinson, were you able to transport mom for a hair follicle?
I was not. I attempted, and she didn't make contact with me when I was there.
Okay, so we need a hair follicle on mom. I think the UA was done, when was that?
The 24th.
9/23, and came back on 10/1. So, Your Honor, we'd asked for a hair follicle today to get the baseline on that. Mom was cooperative with the last UA that we did, but if we can go ahead and get both right now, we'll know where we stand on this.
what was the level on the UA? High, medium, low, what range were we in?
About 34.88 on the meth and 23.65 on amphetamines and 118 on marijuana.
Okay,
And Judge, if I may real quick, may I call Ms. Sosa?
sure, let me just find out, does anybody else have any other questions for Ms. Atkinson?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Okay, Ms. Sosa, if you'll unmute for me,
Yes,
and then
ma'am.
raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you'll give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Strout.
Ms. Sosa, would you state your name for the record, please?
Cheyenne Sosa.
And Ms. Sosa, you're the mother to Alice and Evelyn, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Do you know the whereabouts of Daniel Martinez?
I do not. I do know he frequents Potter and Randall County
Okay.
Detention Center.
Okay, so is he supposedly in this area?
Yes, correct.
When was your last contact with him?
I've seen him in passing like a few weeks ago, but like in contact talking, it's been quite a few months.
Okay. Do you have any social media name or contact or phone number? Would you normally talk to him when you did?
Just in passing in the neighborhood, if he's like at a house that we used to frequent, like that we both would go to, or that's pretty much it.
Okay. All right. Ms. Sosa, you also heard us discussing drug screens and stuff. When was the last time you used?
Yesterday.
Okay. All right. Are you willing to go drug screen, hair follicle, and UA first?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Do you need transportation for that?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Okay. Either the St. Francis worker or the investigator, Ms. Atkinson, will be in touch with you to get that set up.
Yes, I do know that the hair follicle that I am supposed to take that's already ordered at Care Express expires on the 17th, and I'm promised a ride right after this to call them and they'll pick me up and take me. If they actually do so, do I still go do that?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's fine. Just let Ms. Atkinson know,
Okay.
because it's really important that you be there today.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because I'm going to order that you be there before 4 o'clock today. So if you just don't go, Ms. Sosa, then that's going to be deemed a positive result. It's just going to push things back further.
I do have a question because I know that they're going to be positive. What are the consequences to that?
It just, at this stage, the consequence is just that you're not going to get to see.
Mum discusses her plan for intensive outpatient treatment, showing self-awareness about past rehab failures. The judge listens, guiding her toward realistic support. Outpatient programs, long-term housing, employment help. There's a delicate optimism. Structured accountability could help her maintain progress outside rehab. Lawyers echo this strategy, balancing firm requirements with support and encouragement. This part of the session blends legal oversight with human compassion, showing the court as a system invested in recovery, not just punishment, offering a roadmap to stability for both parent and children.
The children in person until you have a negative UA, and that's for the safety of the children. Okay.
I do understand that.
It's not meant to be punitive to you. It really is not. It's just for their safety. So that's one consequence. Okay. Mainly it gives us a baseline to know whether we're making progress with you, whether the levels are coming down, and then
Yes,
ultimately staying negative, So
Yes, ma'am.
let me just ask you, have you thought about going to inpatient treatment right now?
I have, yes, I actually really thought about it, and I felt like the plan I had made to go was a really good plan because I loved going to Nexus when I went, and it really helped me. But as I was talking over it to someone last night, I realized that that's not going to help me in the long run, because it's not about like all the stuff that I'm learning there and everything. It's about utilizing it while I'm out here. That's where I messed up, was not utilizing everything I learned in rehab out here. I feel like I'll be held more accountable and feel more responsible and more motivated if I did like an intensive outpatient program, because I don't want to go back to rehab, get lazy again, and just sit there when I'm just to come out and still be lazy, trying to get a job and not taking things as serious. Even though I know things are very, very serious, I just need something to push me and more motivate me to like actually get busy, not just be sitting somewhere.
I'll allow you to, try an intensive outpatient treatment. I mean, I think at a very minimum, that's what you need. I would actually really encourage you to look at one of the long-term programs like Martha's House or Downtown Women's Center's program or something like that. But because they work with you very extensively, they help you not only with the drug issue, but they help you find employment, they help with housing, they help in so many ways to achieve stability. Because, it's if you don't have that stability, if you don't have housing and income and transportation and all those things, it's very hard to ever achieve that kind of stability. And I think it just makes it easier for you to fall back into the old habits,
Yes, ma'am.
But if you'll try an intensive outpatient, I'll go with you on that. But if you get to a point where I think that's not turning it around, I could court order you to go to inpatient.
Focus moves to the children. Alice in a familiar fictive kin placement. Evelyn nearby. The court considers sibling connections, emphasizing the importance of visits twice monthly. Even amidst protective custody, the human element is evident. Children's emotional well-being, continuity, and connection remain central. Counsel highlights the importance of these relationships while the department maintains conservatorship. This commentary emphasizes how family courts must blend legal decisions with empathy, ensuring children feel safe while maintaining critical bonds with siblings and supportive adults.